Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you all are doing well. Today I wanted to work in my magazine journal, my art journal, with my own art. And I wanted to do something that I saw someone I watched, Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I'm going to put her video and her channel below. If y'all don't follow her, you need to. She is just wonderful, and she's really low-key, low stress, just really about having fun and with your art, and that's so important. You know, no perfection. Not that your work's not good, Lynn, it's great, but I mean, she doesn't stress that everything has to be perfect. She's really good to show her mistakes and whatever, and I love that. Anyway, so I wanted to put gesso down because on this magazine journal I usually do just to cover up what's behind a little bit. So what I'm doing, she has this thing about how to create art pages, an easy way to get some art on pages, especially if you're pressed for time. And she uses the what is it called? I don't know, but it's GREAT, G-R-E-A-T. And so GREAT is, each letter stands for something. So G is for the ground floor, R is for repeating pattern, E is for ephemera, A is for some kind of art, and then T is for texture. And it's just a way to get some art quickly in your journal. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the ground floor. Now the ground floor is going to be paint on the background, some kind of color on the background. And I guess you could use paper, you know, you could use whatever. I want to get a color down, and wow, Helen, that is way too much black. I didn't know I put so much black. This red is like fire engine red, and I don't want that. I want it to be just more maroon-y, if that makes sense. So I added a little bit of black and a little bit of white, and I guess this is about the color I want right here, okay? So I'm going to, oh gosh, you know what? I don't even have any water here. That's brilliant. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I'm at the cabin, so I don't have any great supplies. So I'm going to just kind of scrape on some color here. I don't want to paint the whole background a solid color. I just want to actually maybe create some texture with the background color. But you certainly can, and I know in some of Lynn's, she does cover the entire background with color, and you know, it's up to you. But I'm just going to kind of do this. I kind of like this. I'm scraping it on with a piece of corrugated cardboard. That's all I'm doing, and I'm kind of actually getting some of that fire engine red in there too. And I know you can't see it on the camera, but hopefully that'll add some interest to have the two reds, the red with the black and then the red without the black. Okay, so just like that. Okay, that's going to be my background right there. So now that is texture, texture as well as color on the background. Now for the artwork itself, let's see here. Oh no, my next step has got to be a repeating pattern. And again, you guys know I'm limited with supplies up here. So I have this. I've got my toilet paper too, but if you squish one end, like squish the sides of one end, you get like a eye shape, like an eyeball shape, or an oval shape kind of thing. And I want to do that, and I think I will do that with some yellow mixed with the red to make kind of an orange. And I'm going to make some repeating patterns on the background here. And I may have to let this dry in between. I should have really thought about it, but I wanted you all to see the steps. You know, I didn't want to like come on and have it all finished except for one step, right? So we're just going to go ahead and put some of these repeating patterns on, and we can even go this way. We can go up and down, and we can have more in one place and less in another. Just some kind of repeating pattern. And guys, you can use anything for these patterns, right? So many things create patterns. That's good the way that is like that. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that aside, and let me just move my paints aside to give myself a little bit more room. Now this is wet, so I didn't think this this has got to dry, and I don't have my blow dryer up here to dry this. Anyway, so the next step is going to be ephemera. And what I thought I would use, I have this paper, and I think if I remember correct, this is, where's the other one? This is, oh my gosh, how can I lose something? How can I lose something on such a small desk? Oh, there it is. It's behind there. This is book flyleaf from a book page, but it is super brittle. I mean, it literally will snap if I bent it. So what I did was I just went ahead and I put some art actually on my ephemera. I'm using this old flyleaf paper as ephemera, but I didn't just want blocks of color on here. I wanted them to have something on them. So I just drew some sketchy flowers. And this is what I'm going to put on the back here. Now, because I scraped the paint on, it is actually almost dry. So I thought what I would do is go ahead and put on some ephemera like this. Put these on like this. So this is the E. So we did the ground floor, which is the color. We did the repeating pattern, which is the toilet paper tube in my case, or whatever you want. You can use stamps, stencils, you know, whatever. So now I'm going to put this ephemera on, and ephemera can be, you know, in my mind, any kind of paper item that you want to stick on. And let's see if I can even get my glue out. No, okay, it's stuck. Why are you stuck? Well, I know why it's stuck, because it's been not used for a couple weeks. And let's see if that's better. Any better? Any better? A little bit. Okay, so yeah, so you can use any old ephemera. I'm thinking, you know, to me, ephemera is just paper. So it could be scraps of book page, it could be scrapbook paper, die cuts maybe, even if you wanted to do that. But I'm just going to go ahead and put this big sketchy flower here, up here, and then this little sketchy flower. Look, even on this back side, I drew a sketchy flower I didn't even like. So I went ahead and covered it up, or used the other side. So I'm just going to glue that one down. And also, I don't know if you can see, there's little spots of white on this ephemera paper because I got it in the gesso I had painted off on the side paper. That's okay, right? That's okay. It just adds more interest and more texture to get more color on. So, let me just put this one up here. And you'll see why the layout for the art, right? So now with the art, you can go ahead and draw on here. You can do whatever you know, you scribble, doodle, you know, whatever. If you've watched my videos with this journal, my art journal, I am using it to put my existing, well, a lot of my existing art in. And I had colored this little girl, and then covered her with, gave her a lot of flowers from magazines. And I thought I would put her in here as my art. She is going to be my art. And this is what I've done. If you've watched the videos, I've used a lot of my smaller pieces of art that I've done in the past that I just didn't have a place for. I work on them piece by piece, like, you know, on little pieces of paper and stuff. And then what do you do with them? I had a whole stack of them. And I think in the first video when I started this journal, I might have shown some of that art, but I make it all the time anyway. So this is just where I'm sticking these little pieces of art that I had no place for. They're now going to be living in this little art journal, and I'm loving it. I'm loving working in this. I'm loving that these little pieces of art, you know, and they're not great. I mean, I'm not a great artist, but I created them, and you know, down the road, if I get better, I'll be able to have a record of where I've come from, right? So I'm just going to put this little girl here, like this. Okay. like that. And that, like I said, the flowers on her dress and in her hair, or that actually make up her hair, are from just magazines, probably Birds in Bloom or some kind of magazine. I'm sorry, I know I'm shaking the camera. Okay, so we've got that. So that is our art right there. So then the last thing for the grate is texture, to add some kind of texture. And you can do that with stamps or, you know, anything to go over. So I'm looking at this. Her face is very light. So I think what I'm going to do for texture, I think I'm going to get my gesso out here, if I can get any more out of here. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, that was easier than I thought. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is maybe use some bubble wrap and some gesso and put some dots on her. I just want to make sure, yeah. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put dots on randomly in places here for some texture. And you know, if you do like something like this, see how I went over the edge like that and over the edge here? It kind of blends the piece into the background so that it doesn't all look like it's just stuck on. Of course, it is just stuck on, but it kind of blends it in. And see, I'm doing it with her too, to trying to get her to look like she's a part of the page and not just stuck on. And I think I've mentioned that in other videos before. It sounds like I know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. And it just adds some more texture. So that's how easy it is. That is great right there. The ground floor, the repeating pattern, the ephemera, the art, and the texture on top. And that is as easy as it needs to be. Now, she could use a little more color. There's too much red. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't have any water for my Neo colors, but you know what? Hold on a second. I think what I could do, I'm going to use my crayons, my Target watercolor crayons. You guys, I've told you how much I love these. And I think I'm just going to very loosely just scribble. Now I'm just going on and adding more to what Lynn has as great. And you know, I know even Lynn probably goes back and plays more, you know, with pieces as she goes through her books, you know, don't we all? And you've seen me do this before. This is my drinking water. Yeah, okay. There's no pride here. Okay, so let me just see if I can't just activate that a little bit, because these are watercolor crayons, just like the Caran d'Ache. And I can actually see that just adds a little more color right there. But again, she's so white, and there's not a lot of white here, so I think I need to add some more white over here. How can I do that? I guess what I can do, let me see if maybe adding a few more white spots would help. Just carry some more white over here, even if I'm covering up a part of this flower here. Like that. I don't know if that's helping or not. It might be. Anyway, I can always go back and play with this. It's so wet right now. There's not a whole lot I can do. But you can see that you can certainly add texture to things using anything, you know. I think I did the, what did I do? Oh, on my jelly plate where I used actually a plastic bag and did that. I still think I need some more color here. Let me see. Let's get the orange one out and see if I can't put a little bit more color on here. So if you don't have a lot of money, or you don't know if you're going to like using watercolor crayons, they are actually one of my favorite mediums, is watercolor crayons, because they're so easy to work with. Then see if Target still has theirs, or see if maybe Crayola has a brand. I don't know. I haven't looked because I still have my Target ones. I did invest in the Caran d'Ache Neo colors. But honestly, I love these Target ones just as much. The Neo colors just come in more colors. Okay, so I know it was really like very monochromatic still. I need to wait for this to dry, and then what I think I'm going to do is to take my black markers and do some black doodling around here, and also figure out what I can do to maybe add something a little more white over here to balance this out. But I just wanted to give you the process of putting the ground floor on, the repeating pattern, ephemera, some kind of art, and then texture. And like I said, all Lynn's information will be below, and please check out her channel because she is really creative, and she's really inspired me a lot. Even with my trash journaling, I watch her channel for that too. So guys, I hope you liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. And until the next video, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.